Hello. Kai, can you say something in the chat to make sure the chat's working? Because I know you're watching. I hope the audio's... I hope the audio's going through. I know my, Oh, yep, there's a delay. I hate that delay. Oh, my God. Yeah, I know my other, live stream I did, not that it was in public, but the sound quality was not the best, so I hope it's a little better right now. Let me lower my mic a little bit, too. I'm watching. Beautiful. I think you guys are my only two watching right now. Not that this will apply to you, Autumn, as much, but I'm going to go over... The audio is going through, thank you. Kai, you're supposed to be on this. Aum's taking over for you. What are you doing? Hi. So, yeah, we're going to go over the Game Awards. Now, Kai, you saw me raging at the Game Awards. You know, the 3-hour debacle that was. You know the vibes. And I wanted to go through the winners and like all the nominees and stuff, because as most of us know, Omori did not get nominated for anything, not even for indie debut, which is literally insane to me. But we're gonna get to that because I think I know why. How did the Game Awards go? I didn't watch them. It was 3 hours. People only watch the Game Awards to see the trailers. No one really cares. Like, the Game Awards doesn't care about the Game Awards. Literally, people just watch it for the trailers. For all the upcoming games. Like, a lot of big games are, like, revealed there. Or at least, like, shown there. And literally, pretty much nothing was shown there. Omori wasn't nominated. Oh, so not good. Yeah, exactly. It was the one shining spot that the Game Awards could have had. It was not there. And when I tell you that Among Us VR was the most interesting game announced at the Game Awards, I mean that with my whole chest. Here, I'm gonna go... Okay, I have all these things. Let me go full screen. Let me know if you see that. This is gonna be like a 30-second delay or whatever, but let me know. Oh, okay. Actually, I'm watching it on my phone from another account. Yeah. What am I doing? So I wanted to look at Among Us. Yeah. So before we get into this, Among Us has a VR game now, which definitely gonna be playing that, and it was literally the most interesting looking thing at the fucking Game Awards. Was Among Us VR. I'm echoing. Yeah, because that's... Hold up. Let me... It might be because of the room. I'm going to lower that and maybe speak a little louder. Hopefully that'll help. But actually, let me get a little closer to the mic. Okay, there we go. But yeah, we're going to look at all this shit. So, and there's kind of a lot of them. I'm going to breeze over Among Us, yes. Among Us, it was a great announcement. Literally kind of made my day. But there was nothing else good. So yeah, I'm going to go over not all of these. I'm going to play Among Us VR. We're going to play it, don't worry. I'm going to go over these, not like all of them or anything like that, but I'm kind of going to breeze over a lot of them. I was always thinking about Among Us in VR. Yeah, I've only played Among Us once, but I think it... I mean, I didn't think it was that fun, but like VR, like that just sounds like an experience that like you just can't miss out on, you know. Like, it's literally Among Us in VR. You got to play it at least once. You got to buy the Oculus Quest just to play that. So let's look at these. We have most anticipated game. Now, I'm not surprised by this literally at all. I am a bit surprised that the Legend of Zelda sequel didn't win this, but I do think it's because it's like very far off, and like Elden Ring, I don't know when it's coming out, but I think it's like February or something. I think it's like February or something like that. So I'm not really surprised at that one because it's like coming up. The Legend of Zelda, we got like one real trailer, so it's like kind of feels like a far off thing. The other ones, I didn't really play either of these, even though I have a PS4. And Starfield, I believe that's the new Bethesda game, right? That's only coming out on Xbox. I'm pretty sure that's it. If someone knows, just leave it in the chat here. So I don't care about esports. I do care about this, though, because I don't like League of Legends at all. I've literally never played it. Never had any interest. I've only heard bad things. But Arcane is the best show of the year. And that will be my next video on Arcane, like a full analysis of that. But I am kind of... I don't want to say I'm rooting for League now, because like I'm not. But like I kind of am at the same time. Because like I am actually very happy this won. Not that I care about any of the other games, but... like, it's where Arcane came from. So, I'm kind of tempted to check out League of Legends, even though I know full well I'm not going to enjoy it. But, like, I just want to see these characters that I know from the show in the game. So, yeah. League again. League of Legends, I was looking at, do you like Bacco? I have no idea what that is. Sounds like you're trying to say bacon. If you could elaborate on that a little more, I would appreciate it. 'Cause I do not know what that is. Even if it's like something to do with this, like I don't even know. Like any of the fucking, like most of these games that are like most of the stuff on here I don't really even know about. But so yeah, I looked at the numbers because I like looking at numbers for things, and the league of like the world champion was like somewhere around like 4 million people are like watching or something like that, as compared to like less than 1 million for all the other things. And I knew League was really big, but like I didn't know it was that big. Like that's kind of insane how much bigger League of Legends is than like anything else. Yeah, don't care. I don't really watch esports. I saw Dream on Twitter was like, he's basically saying fuck the haters in like kind of the cringiest way possible. Not that I really have an opinion on Dream, but like I don't know, it's just kind of cringy. Best multiplayer game. Now this game I've been wanting to play. I am a little sad that Back 4 Blood, Gangby should have won Game of the Year. Steven, you know full well that Nier Automata, the greatest game ever made, the greatest game of all time, should win Game of the Year every year. So, no, Gang Beast is not the winner for that category. But Back 4 Blood, Steven, we played this, of course. I think I only played it once, maybe twice, but I literally think it was that one time I played Back 4 Blood. Still loved it, of course, but like I don't really play that many games anymore, like that frequently. But I am a little sad that it didn't win, but It Takes Two looks really interesting, and you know, I've wanted to play it for a while, so don't care about this. Don't care. Everyone was like, she was just cringy in general. Yeah, I've watched a few of his videos. I don't know if he makes content outside of Minecraft, which like I liked Minecraft growing up, but I'm not really into Minecraft now or like Minecraft content, except for PewDiePie, of course. But he doesn't really do that anymore. But you know, they seemed okay. Like, I know there's like the cheating thing going on. We got to play it more. It's great. Yeah, Back 4 Blood. We do got to play it more. But yeah, I know there's a cheating thing with Dream, but like that's the only thing I really heard about with him. Want to do a playthrough of It Takes Two with me and you? No, I don't want to do that. I think it's supposed to be like a couple. It's like the characters in the game. I have asked Kai to do it, but Steven, I'm sorry, buddy. You know, maybe we can. Maybe we'll stream it on your channel. Who knows? I don't even know what it's on. I think it's on PC, but I know it's on Switch for sure. Actually, I'm not sure about that, but I think it is. Yeah, Dream. I don't really have too much of an opinion on him, but you know, seeing the tweets, like, was it really the best impression that I could have had? So, best fighting game, Guilty Gear. I have not played it. It does look really fun. I think I've seen this at GameStop, Melty Blood. I don't even know what it is. Honestly, don't really know what most of these are. Is Virtual Fighter? I think I know what Virtual Fighter is. I believe it was a 90s arcade game, right? I only know that because of High Score Girl, which if you watch anime, go on Netflix right now. High Score Girl is at least a 9 out of 10. It is fucking amazing. Single-handedly got me into like retro games like that, but couple doesn't really matter. It's basically like a Portal-style game that just solves puzzles. Portal. Hello, Meta 7. Portal game. That does sound pretty interesting. James said no. Yes, Jameson. Steven, honestly, like, we'll talk about that. That actually might be interesting. Honestly, we could just record a video for your channel, honestly. That'd be fun. You gotta love the amazing PC Game Awards reviews, the mediocre games mostly. Ace of Games Awards. Actually, your voice is doubled. Is it actually doubled? Because I think I had that problem earlier with the other stream. I hope it's not doubled. I don't really know how to fix it, but like that's why this is more like a test stream than anything. But so this is all the feedback I need. But yeah, I think Virtual Fighter. I think it's from the arcade thing. So go watch High Score Girl for sure. Now, best RPG. I find this one very interesting. I have actually not played any games on here, but I want to play Shin Megami Tensei 5. I want to play Scarlet Nexus. It's on the Game Pass now. I was waiting for it, but I never really got around to it yet. I haven't played Monster Hunter. Cyberpunk 2077. Did it even meet the threshold? It doesn't really matter. I think it's really interesting when you look at like all the hype for this game. Like the sheer amount of hype. Like everyone wanted to play it. It does sound kind of weird. Yeah. I don't. Let me go to the. Performance up. I went to the settings for the mic. Projector. I'm gonna go performance mode. Previews disabled in performance mode. Nah, that's probably not it. Because I know I have the. I'm using Streamlabs. I have the audio input capture and the audio output capture. I'll look that up later. We'll just keep going with it. Hopefully it doesn't sound too weird, because I can't really hear it, obviously, but I'll try to fix that for the next stream. Yes, I favorite RPG, Cyberpunk. Yeah, I was really excited to play Cyberpunk. Like, I was watching all these videos about, like, the lore and, like, the classes, like, the three, storylines you could pick from. I was, like, really excited to do the, I forgot what it's called, but, like, the corporate route or the corpo or whatever. And then it came out, and I'm kind of tempted to play it now that like a lot of it got fixed, but I honestly don't want to give them money. That's honestly why I kind of refuse to play it, because like it's kind of the trend with video games, like putting out games that are like literally just unfinished, and a lot of games do that. I can kind of forgive them, but Cyberpunk with its marketing literally lied about it and like purposely covered it up, like they knew. And I saw a lot of people argue that, like, oh, they shouldn't buy a next-gen game on, like, old-gen consoles. But, like, they're selling the game for $60 on these consoles, which most people, that's how they're going to play it. So, like, you can't really do that. Like, I just can't get behind that business practice. So I'm honestly, like, it's like a little boycott of the game, honestly. Sonic 06 of the year 2020. I have not played Sonic 06. I know there's a YouTube channel that I love called Hazel. It's just called Hazel. And they made a video on that Sonic game, and it kind of got me to really want to play it because like obviously like most people just bash it, but like she was like praising, not really praising, but like she just like wow, it was like such a personal experience for her the game, and maybe I actually really want to play it because I do have a lot of memories with Sonic. I'm confused why GTA 6 announced. Oh, GTA 6. That'll win Game of the Year in 2030. It's just not coming out. It literally doesn't need to come out. Late December games are usually weird when it comes to Game Awards. Yeah, I kind of want to say that like that might be part of the reason why Omori wasn't nominated. But it's, I was doing the research on this. The Game Awards were like before Omori came out on Christmas last year. It was before it even came out, so it's like it kind of gave them more time to play it, which it can be a long game. And we'll get to that once we get to the indie part. Why I don't think it got nominated. But yeah, it's kind of weird 'cause it's like in that gray area. I saw a copy of it at GameStop the other day. It was only $10. I think it should be cheaper than $10. Oh, do you mean Cyberpunk or Sonic 06? Because if Sonic 06 is that much at GameStop, that's honestly a ripoff. But I don't think you're talking about Sonic 06. Just got the notification. Sorry for being late. Listen, I'm just happy you're all here. That's a live stream. It's kind of different vibes from a video. You just join whatever you feel like it. But yeah, back to Cyberpunk. It's just I just can't really support the game, so I'm probably never gonna play it. Smash was nominated, I think, in 2019. Smash came out. In November, right? Because I know it came out in 2018. I know that. I got it that Christmas when I got the Switch. Yeah. That is kind of weird because I thought Cyberpunk would have not met the threshold either. So maybe it's like something weird with that. I'm not really sure because like I don't really care about the Game Awards that much, honestly. But yeah, I don't know if it does meet the threshold. Here's hoping Omori 2 can get Game of the Year. So I'm not gonna spoil anything for Omori in case anyone in the stream hasn't seen it. But I do think Omori 2, I don't know if that's gonna happen. I want it to happen. Maybe not want Omori 2 to happen per se, but like some kind of thing for Omori. I definitely want that to happen. December 7th. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if those two meet the threshold for the Game Awards for those years. Because Cyberpunk was it 20? No, it was 2020. I think November. So it should have been for the Game Awards for 2020, but there is something weird with that. I don't know. Best action adventure game. I haven't played any of these. I really do want to play Psychonauts 2, but I haven't played the first one. Because I didn't really have an original Xbox back then. I had the PS2, but I do want to play Psychonauts 2. I heard it's really good. Metroid Dread I was going to play, but nah. I'm more at 1.5. Yeah, if they could, maybe I don't want to see a prequel wouldn't really make sense. I want there to be, basically it's like a mod, like a fan mod, but it's just official. Like OmoCat literally just makes it. That'd be awesome. Best action game. I don't even know what Returnal is, to be honest. I'm actually surprised Deathloop didn't win this one. But my vote's for Back 4 Blood personally, but it's the only one I've played out of all these games. Innovation and accessibility. Yeah, I don't really know how I've never played any of these games, so I don't know how accessible they are, but no, there's no way there would be a sequel. Yeah, I think it's once again not to spoil anything. I think the game ended off at the literal perfect point to where it ended off intentionally where it did for if you played the game for obvious reasons, for kind of like a sense of mystery there. So yeah, I'm not gonna say a sequel would ruin the game because like any content from Omocat I would literally eat up, but like yeah, I don't think a sequel would really work for Omori personally. Best VR, Among Us VR is gonna be on here next year. Just wait and see. I want to play Resident Evil. Haven't gotten to it though. Best community support, yeah. Best mobile game, League of Legends is on mobile. I did not know that. I'm not surprised Genshin won though. So, these two. We'll hit best indie game first, because the other ones, best debut is even more atrocious. That didn't get nominated. So I haven't played any of the games on either of these. Omocat said no sequel. Yeah, I'm really not surprised there. But I haven't played any of these games. So I'm not going to say anything about them or, like, if Omori was better. I mean, I think, like... I said a while back, because I was very... When the nominations came out, I was like, how is it not on here? And someone said, well, on Reddit, they're like, maybe there's just, 5 better games than Omori out there. And I'm like, yeah, that's possible, and, like, quality's always subjective, but, like... If there's 5 indie games out there that could be perceived as better than Omori, that's the best year of gaming, or indie gaming at least. And like, I just don't think that's the case. So, Inscription was good. I actually never heard. I've heard of 12 Minutes, and I think this one, Kana. I have not heard of Inscription. I do want to try some of these out because I do like indie games, but I just haven't really gotten around to it. Personally, but so why I don't think Omori was nominated. You look at a game like 12 Minutes, and from what I've heard, it is 12 minutes. I believe it's a multiplayer game. I know this one. I don't think this one is, and ended up winning both of them, obviously. But Omori, I played for 30 hours. You could stretch it out to 40. I think the lowest you could really do is like 20, maybe a little bit lower than that, but you're not really gonna get the more experience if you do that. And I don't know how much care they put into the indie game categories. Like a lot of like award shows like the Oscars with the animation category is a fucking atrocity. Quite honestly. They just don't care. And I don't know if the indie games category is like that for the Game Awards, but I could see why it would be like that, why they wouldn't care. And honestly, I just think they didn't play it. It's like a lot of anime movies not getting nominated for, again, the animation category, even though they definitely deserve it over Boss Baby. The voters don't watch the movies, And if Omori... 12 is basically ReZero, but each loop is 12 minutes, and you solve a mystery. That does sound really interesting. And ReZero's in my top 5 anime, so I might have to check that out just because of that comment. But yeah, I don't think they took the 20, 30, maybe 40 minute or hours out of their time to play Omori. I honestly think that's why it's not on here. I'm also surprised, I realized later that Deltarune Chapter 2 isn't on here. And that, I forgot when it came out, but that would meet the threshold, I think. I don't even know how long of a game it is. I don't think it's that long. Certainly not as long as Omori. But it seems like the games that have this, like really big following in terms of, like, indie popularity, they just really don't end up on these lists. So... I just think Omori's not on here because they just didn't play it. And that kind of shows me that they might not care about the indie category as much. Post-ending headcanons wouldn't exist if Omori ended anywhere else. Yeah, I think it's... There's a... Like I said, not to spoil anything, but there is a question at the end of Omori when it comes to the friends and a decision they have to make personally. And honestly, like, if I created Omori, I literally don't know how I would answer that question. Like, how do you answer that, you know? So I don't think it's getting a sequel, and it kind of leaves that room for interpretation that a sequel would probably have to, like, stomp on. And I just don't know, again, how you'd answer that question, so I don't know how they would do a sequel. I play any of these games, yeah, me neither. Maybe it's a year cutoff thing where it's technically 2020 but the last minute. By the time it got any attention, it could go on the 2020 list. I don't think it would since Deltarune was still a demo at this point. What is Deltarune considered? Because I know obviously they have the chapters, and Undertale's my favorite games. I haven't played Deltarune, but I watched PewDiePie play all of Chapter 1. But I know they're not considered like separate games, but it kind of seems like they're received that way almost. So would Deltarune still be considered a demo at that point? I don't know. I mean, I'll trust your opinion on it because I don't really know too much about Deltarune, but I don't know how Toby Fox really considers those games. Also, I do have one more point for the indie game thing. I know this one's a 3D game, and I don't want to be like pessimistic about it, but do they not care about Omori because it's an RPG Maker game? I don't know. Because I know this one is a 3D game, and I'm not saying about the quality of it. It could be I mean, it does look like a really good game. I think I would want to play it, but it would suck if they didn't give Omori a chance because it's so long and it's a 3D game. Because Omori I consider to be, it's my second favorite game of all time. And I just don't see how, I just can't imagine any game coming out this year, let alone an indie game, that was better than Omori. Not to say quality is objective, but that most people would vote to be better than these games. And then this is the bad one. Best debut. So, okay, we have the 5 indies or whatever. It didn't even get nominated for a debut game, which obviously Omori is a debut game. That is insane. That kind of backs up my point, I think, like, they just didn't play. Because I don't see how you can play Omori, really get the Omori experience, and not put it up there for a nomination. I'm not mad about it, because at the end of the day, like, these awards don't really matter. It's an award show. Literally nobody cares. The only reason why I watch it or anyone watches it is for the game announcements that are on during the awards. But I don't need someone to validate my experience or say this game was good because I know it was good and it has the community that knows it was such a great game. I'm just confused. Like, I'm genuinely just confused how it's not on there, at least for debut. But I don't want to get too caught up on it. But what's your favorite game? Nier Automata is my favorite game of all time. I also consider it, like I say, quality is subjective, of course, so there is no greatest thing ever. It literally doesn't exist. But having said that, Nier Automata is the greatest game ever made. It has the heart, story, themes, just the ballsiness. The absolute fucking ballsiness of an indie game. Like Omori. It has the budget of a AAA game. It has the uncompromised vision that comes from an indie game. From Yoko Taro, who I consider to be one of the few auteurs in the video game industry. It has that, and it has the gameplay and the budget of a AAA game. Also, it's a very philosophical game. If any of you guys are subscribed to Wisecrack, they made a video on it. And I watched that video, and that's why I decided to buy it on a whim and play it. And then instantly became a favorite game of all time. It's a very philosophical game. And I think that the philosophy that it talks about, like all those texts, like Nietzsche, like things like that, Marx, and like all those, I genuinely think that Nier Automata has more to say philosophically than the text that inspired it. It's, to me, it's almost like an answer to the existentialism, like to the nihilism that is brought up in these texts. It's almost like an answer to those things. Not that you can ever answer those, because, you know, you just literally can't. But to me, it feels like one man's personal answer to those, and just the ending of the game. I'm not going to spoil it, obviously, but it's just insane. I'm going to make a video on this game. I don't know when it's going to be. Probably the longest video I ever make. Fully scripted, of course. Like my Omori video. I imagine it might be around 2 to 3 hours long. Because there's just so much to fucking say about it. So, you'll hear my thoughts on Nier Automata. They probably didn't know about it. I mean, it had so much hype, Omori, for like 6 years, but you also have to, you know, I also understand that in the grand scheme of things, when you compare it to other games, like, it didn't have that much attention, but at the same time, like, I don't know what really any of these games are, so I don't imagine they had that much attention as well, but I did find Omori randomly. So I would imagine at least I'd have heard about it. I want to play that, but I need more RAM. Nier Automata. If you're talking about that, I know on the PC it's had its controversy that didn't run that well, but I played on an Xbox. I like console gaming a little more, but you know, I get PTSD hearing Wisecrack after the Dark Souls video. I haven't played Dark Souls. I have not. That's funny. I have not watched that video, but I am thinking I'm gonna go watch that after this live stream because that sounds incredibly interesting and right up my alley. Especially for a Wisecrack video, because they make great-ass videos. Great-ass videos. Best ongoing game. I've never played Final Fantasy game in my life. Games for Impact. Actually, this one, I like that. Thought-provoking game. Well, more should be on here, of course, but... Life is Strange, the first one, is my 6th favorite game of all time. Omori actually bumped it out of the top 5. I fucking love it. I have not played the prequel, even though I own it, and I have not played the sequel, which I don't know why. I just have not done it. Life is Strange. This is the third one. I haven't played it, and I really want to. I just literally never get around to playing anything, which is very upsetting. Best performance. They've really nominated her. I don't know the character's name. This is the tall vampire lady. I don't know her name. For what I've seen, it is a pretty good voice performance, but I do think it's kind of funny that, like, this character is now, like, millions of, like, 14-year-old boys, like, wet dream. And, like, she's fucking, like, they got nominated. Obviously, I don't think that's why they actually got nominated. But, it's just kind of funny to me. But, yeah, I haven't really played. Deathloop has 2. That's interesting. I kind of wish, you know, she won, but, like, just because I love Life is Strange, even though I haven't played the third one. Best audio design. Underlooked part of gaming. I'm not surprised that a racing game won, because, you know, they always have good audio design. Best score. Now, I have played one of these games, not to completion. I've actually barely played Nier Replicant, which is a travesty on my part. But, I mean, was anything else going to win? Like, have you guys heard Nier music? They forgot CMO Direction as John Souls for best performance. Which game is that from? I have never heard of that. But, yeah, Nier Replicant. Or Nier Automata. Nier Replicant is the first Nier game. They like remade it, and it came out. I haven't even played it. I think it should have Game of the Year, but that's not really fair because it's a remake, so I don't actually think that. But the soundtrack for Nier Automata is my second favorite soundtrack of anything of all. Yeah, that was a joke. I figured that was a joke. I just wanted to make sure. But it is my second favorite soundtrack of anything of all time. Undertale being number one. Nier Replicant, it was always going to get. It slaps. Yeah, it literally slaps. I listened to the soundtrack, have not been in the game yet. So nothing else was going to win there. Best art direction. I consider Omori to be the best looking game I've ever seen. Obviously, not in terms of like actual graphics, but the pixel art is amazing. Like, it's literally fun. It's probably the best, not the best pixel art I've ever seen, but is it pixel art or like 16-bit, whatever. The art design is amazing. Then the hand drawn stuff, I've literally just never seen a game that looks like Omori does. And that is a direct quote from my Omori video. Obviously, I think it should have won, but actually, I'm about to say I don't think indie games are really going to compete with these ones, but that is an indie game. So put Omori in there. What are you doing, Game Awards? Best narrative. I mean, I made a tweet about Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy winning that like it really won over Omori. But I have heard it deals with guilt or PTSD or something along those lines in a really good way. So I'm not really going to make a judgment on that. But, I mean, Omori's maybe my favorite narrative ever. So, obviously I think it should have got on there. Best game direction. What is this? How much of this ties into art design? I do wonder that. Because I would assume it means more like gameplay. Like game direction. I would assume they mean gameplay by that. I haven't played these games, but I'm not really surprised that Deathloop won. I do wish Back 4 Blood got the nom at least, but yeah, I'm not really surprised. Game of the Year. Now, I haven't played any of these games like I've been saying, but I thought Deathloop was going to win. I was pretty much sure. I'm like, yeah, Deathloop's going to win. Right before it was announced, I'm like, congratulations to Deathloop for winning Game of the Year. And then It Takes Two won, which I was very shocked about. And like I said earlier, I've been wanting to play this game for a while. And this just makes me want to play it more. Like, it literally went, like, Game of the... Like honestly, I'm looking at the lineup and, like... It's not the most stacked lineup ever. The 2017 Game Awards, I think it was considered the 2018 Game Awards or whatever, but the one where like Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, I think God of War might have been in there, but I think that was like the year after. I'm not sure. Spider-Man 2, but I think that was the year after too. But like all those like heavy hitters, and of course Nier Automata, which didn't get the nom at all, but that's like. I look at this list, I'm like, I'm not seeing any game that, like, is, like, that big. But that's really just more in terms of popularity. And like I said, I haven't played these games, so. I would be interested in playing... I do want to play Psychonauts, like I said. I'm not really... This is a PS5 game, Ratchet & Clank, so I'm not really interested in that. I don't have PS5. Resident Evil, But I do want to play... I'm going to bed now, bye. Thanks for tuning in. Good night. But yeah, I want to play Deathloop. I want to play this game, like I said, and like probably Psychonauts too. Metroid Dread I was interested in, but I just don't really see myself. I don't like games where I don't like exploration games that much, or at least games that like you can get lost very easily. For whatever reason, I think I just get like really impatient with them. I like more story-driven games. And Metroid, I know, is pretty infamous for being pretty, I don't want to say confusing, but like more like a maze. And I did hear that Metroid Dread, I think it streamlined it a little bit, but like I don't even like I don't like it at all. I don't like being confused, like, oh, I don't know where to go. Except for like some games that like it's just fun to like explore around, but I don't really like more story-driven games, so I might check out Metroid Dread, but I don't know. And that's all of them. So yeah, like I said, I don't think Omori got nominated for these because, you know, too long of a game, and maybe because it's made an RPG Maker and it has that, you know, kind of bad reputation. And that's sad to me, you know? It is sad. Not that I need the validation of the Game Awards, but it is sad that, you know, if it's on here, people would see it, be like, oh, what's this game? Especially if it won. And I think more people would check it out. And I think every person on the planet Earth, except if you get like, you know, really like triggered by the things that Omori tackles and, you know, wouldn't feel safe playing it. I think everyone needs to play Omori. For sure. I'm gonna head out as well. See ya. Thanks for tuning in, Meta7. I appreciate it. But yeah, that's the me going over the list. And in terms of like all the games that got announced, like I said at the beginning of the stream, Among Us VR was legitimately the most interesting to play or to see. And this kind of started last year at the Game Awards for all the announcement. It requires a quantity of organisms equal to the 2 to form the action. That's a really funny sentence to me. I love that. Yeah, it started last year. I've kind of become disillusioned with AAA gaming. And it's a lot of the reason Among Us. It's great. It's part of the reason why I haven't played most of these games. Is that like I don't like AAA games anymore. And I know a lot, like so much passion and creativity does go into making a game like Forza Horizon 5. You know, like even a game like you wouldn't think, oh, that's a creative game. A ton of work goes into that, like hundreds of people working on it, you know? But like, when it comes to indie games, you have that originality. And I'm watching all of the announcements, and they all looked the same. Like, even from, like, creators, was it called Slitterhead? I think that's what it was called. From the creator of, what's it called? What is it? It's literally, like, the most famous horror game series of all time. Oh, my God. I forgot what it's called. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. Literally, like, the second one's like considered one of the greatest games of all time. I'll probably think of it in like a second, then I'll say it. But he made that, and even like Slitterhead didn't even look that great. And of course, that's just a trailer. But like, when the trailer all reminds me of like direct to video sequels from Disney from like early to mid 2000s. When they all remind me of that, like literally almost every single one, it's like, why am I gonna play these games? You know, it's all like, oh, magic. It's like a lot of people's complaints about like anime, like especially like isekai anime, like all being the same. It's kind of like that with games, and I don't know if enough people really acknowledge that. And you know, gaming's become bigger than movies. I'm pretty sure gaming's like the biggest entertainment thing now. But, like, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, I think when you become big like that, it kind of, I don't want to say generic, but the originality, for the most part, is kind of lost, I think, when you get that big. So that's kind of what I'm personally seeing with most of the games coming out. Aside from, like, even like the big hitters, like I'm not that interested in. Nothing like really stands out for me. Like I looked at the trailer for Omori, obviously before I played it, and like I knew like, oh, this is a game I literally need to play because it stood out. It was different, and I'm just not seeing that with most AAA games. Honestly, aside from Nier, it's like kind of the only AAA game series I'm like really that excited about. Like I literally watched the Game Awards for a sequel to Nier Automata to see that, which didn't happen sadly, but that's why I was like really into it. So yeah, I'm just kind of not really into AAA gaming anymore. But I do want to maybe play some of these games and try to get back into it. But I guess we'll see on that front. If you see a video come out about it, there you go. You'll know I got back into AAA gaming. But I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm gonna try to fix my audio for next time. Try to like look into that and like, because I do want it to obviously sound good, not like echoey or like sound shitty or anything like that. But I'm thinking right now about streaming once a week. If you guys enjoy it, then I might up it up. I might up it to like 2 times a week, or like maybe even 3 if it like really pops off. But we'll see about that. For now, I'm thinking once a week, probably on Saturday night, maybe Friday night. I'm not really sure, and I kind of want to do this. Like, I don't want to become a streamer or anything like that, but I kind of want to do this to really keep my core audience engaged and really like connect with you guys, like more like on like a personal level kind of thing, like more candid and things like that. And I do want to focus on making those longer scripted analysis videos that I know most of you on the channel are here for. So to focus on that, I want to have and also upload like weekly, like a few times a week. That's kind of why I want to do the live streams, keep you guys engaged with the channel. So yeah, I'm thinking once a week, probably Friday or Saturday night. Like I said, I'm probably gonna post like an announcement video about all this stuff, also about the second channel and the podcast and things like that, because I've been meaning to get around to that, but I really haven't. But yeah, so everyone who tuned in, thank you for watching as always. We stand. Thank you. I appreciate the support as always. But yeah, thank you for watching, and